If a denture were to be put under a microscope, we can see all the bacteria that still exists. Polident's unique MicroClean formula works in just 3 minutes, killing 99.99% of odor-causing bacteria for a cleaner, fresher, brighter denture every day.
Thanks.
FedEx has solutions to enable global commerce that can help your company grow steadily and quickly.
做得很好。
Cut it out.
See you tomorrow.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day! It's hump day!
Hey, Mike! Mike!
Guess what day it is? Hey, Camel! Guess what day it is?
It's not even Wednesday.
Let it go, Phil. If you're a camel, you put up with this all the time. It's what you do.
Xfinity sales professionals are always on the go, meeting new people every day. They're helping families get the latest Xfinity products and services. And they're making customers happy. Jumpstart your career with the best sales training in the industry. Great benefits like discounts on your own Xfinity services and the potential for high earnings. Have what it takes? Apply today and see what doors open for you.
This holiday season, get the gift you really want during Lincoln's Wishlist event at Al Packer Lincoln, like a 2014 Lincoln MKX, just $369 a month, or the all-new 2015 Lincoln MKC, just $299 a month. Every new Lincoln comes with complimentary maintenance, Lincoln loaner cars, and so much more. Get luxury for less during the Wishlist event at Al Packer Lincoln on Military Trail. And remember, before you buy, price Packer.
There's no obligation, so call toll-free at 1-800-200-6120.
Every Sunday night.
Get down now!
Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
8 minutes before the top of the hour, Winter Storm Frona is bringing some unusual snow to low-lying elevations in the west. In Southern California, law enforcement is reporting 2 inches of snow 1 mile south-southeast of Wildomar in Riverside County. KMBC's Vanessa Ruiz joins us live now from Lake Elsinore in California, elevation 1,400 feet. I see the snow behind you. It is pretty remarkable. How's everyone taking it out there?
Well, good morning, Maria. Indeed, you see it behind me, and it is an unusual sight for Southern California, or at least this part of our area. But nevertheless, as you mentioned, it's a pretty picture out here now. The sun started to peek out just a couple of minutes ago, and now we're really getting a chance to see what the effects of this overnight snowfall were. Now, we're right at the foot of the lake, again, Lake Elsinore, and you could see the hillside is covered with a bit of snow. A beautiful picture. This is what people here will be waking up to, and certainly a great way to say hello almost to 2015. Now, I've been checking social media throughout the morning, and everybody out here is just excited about this snowfall. Again, this is a very unusual event happening here in this part of Southern California. And again, it's the land of contrasts. I mean, I have a palm tree right behind me, but then you just kind of tilt back down and you'll see that snow there on the ground. I know that many people around the country are used to getting snow this time of year, but for us, this is not a typical day, to say the least. The good news in all of this, so far, no major injuries or accidents have been reported in our area due to the snow. And as we all know, the kids are not in school, so a great way to wake up and play out here in this part of town. Again, not something we see here every day in Southern California. Now, I just checked the temperature. It said it was 36 degrees, but it feels like 25. I'm originally from South Florida. I came here prepared. A lot of people here are bundling up. It's a nice way to say hello to 2015.
Vanessa, I have to say it looks like a postcard, and as you mentioned, the kids are home. It's just enough to set the scene and make it beautiful. Thank you so much, Vanessa Ruiz in Lake Elsinore in California. Time now to check in with our winter weather expert, Tom Nizzle, because Tom, we've got millions of us, 6 million of us under winter storm warnings right now. So this is a widespread winter storm event.
Well, it certainly is, and it's going to go on for a few days yet. And I'll tell you what, it's perfect conditions for that type of snow in California, this big upper level low that's spinning across the area. So let's go to the radar and we're going to take a look at how this circulation is working in the atmosphere. So let's get over to our big screen here, and I'm going to show you right in this area here. You can actually see the spin in the atmosphere right within the radar here. And again, Lake Elsinore, we take a look, as much as 6 inches of snow at 1,400 feet. We've had several reports of snow be just above about 1,400 feet across the area. We pull back a little and we take a look at the large scale view. A huge plume of moisture now working its way northward, and as it gets into the colder air across northern Arizona, Kingman had a report of moderate snow a little while ago at 25 degrees. You can actually see it working its way in toward Vegas. Vegas is 34, but they've got a 7,000-foot base to their cloud deck. The snow is coming down, but it's so dry in Vegas right now, it's evaporating before it reaches the ground. So we may or may not get a few flakes there yet, but in northern Arizona, it is going to snow and snow heavily for the next 12 to 16 hours here. It works its way into southern Utah, even into portions of southwestern Colorado and northern New Mexico at elevation. Before this is all over, look at this huge area of significant snows here. Double-digit snows in places like Flagstaff, probably 12 to 16 inches in there. Some rough travel on the I-40 corridor. The system is then going to work its way eastward, and as it does, it's going to counter a little bit of moisture coming off of the Gulf of Mexico. Warm, moist air aloft, overriding cold air at the surface. That will come down in the form of freezing rain across parts of west and central Texas tonight. That will continue and move its way northward through Dallas and up toward Oak City as we get into the New Year's Day time frame. So a lot going on with the freezing precipitation as well. Even into Friday here, still a little bit left back with that upper low across parts of New Mexico and Texas. We'll keep you updated throughout the day. I'll send it over to you.
All right, Tom, thank you so much. 4 minutes before the top of the hour, 2014 winding down. It's in its twilight hours in the U.S.
Only 14 hours and 3 minutes left in 2014. We're glad you're spending it here with us on the Weather Channel.
Now, unfortunately, there are some spots like Austin, Texas, won't be bringing in the new year with its annual fireworks display. The threat of freezing rain from Winter Storm Frona is prompting the city to pull the plug on its New Year's party. Officials didn't want people driving home on icy roads. Good decision there. The celebration, though, will be rescheduled.
Yes, please be careful across the south, the southern plains especially. All right, cities drop a lot of things, but how about a moon pie? Do you even know what a moon pie is? Well, in Mobile, Alabama, this one is a 600-pound electric moon pie, and I hear that you're supposed to drink an RC Cola while you eat that moon pie.
Okay.
40,000 people expected to pack the downtown area to see the electric pie light up the skyline and ring in 2015.
All right, but the center of the universe for New Year's Eve, in my humble opinion, is Times Square. This is a live look at New York City right now in Times Square, and you see, Kate, everyone's lining up already. You and a few million of your friends here by midnight tonight, but they are going to be sitting in temperatures staying in the 20s.
For 14 hours, nonetheless. I just can't with that. That's incredible. Yeah. You have some real perseverance.
All right, that is going to do it for us on AMHQ. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. See you in 2015.
Happy New Year to you. Weather Center Live with Jen Carfagno and Chris Warren up next. We'll see you next year.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, overcast with rain showers at times. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 68. Winds light and variable. Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 79. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Arctic cold wraps up 2014. Wind chill advisories posted in a dozen states this morning. How low the temps will go, we time it out for you.
And nearly 200 motorists stranded for hours after heavy snow shut down highways in the San Bernardino Mountains, all thanks to Winter Storm Frona. We're breaking down the conditions.
And just hours away now from ringing in the new year right here, we have your New Year's forecast from coast to coast next on Weather Center Live. Thank you for joining us on this New Year's Eve. I'm Chris Warren.
And I'm Jen Carfagno. We're about 20 seconds away from New Year's right now in Tokyo and Seoul, Korea. And back here in the U.S., we've got 13 million people feeling the worst of the cold, all thanks to some dangerously low wind chills. Let's take a look at these. All right, this is actually better, Chris, believe it or not. It feels like 15 below in Denver and 18 below in Rock Springs. We've had wind chills well below 20 below, 30 below, even 40 below zero for you through the overnight and early this morning.
Yeah, this is nasty if you go outside right now. It is very cold. And that Arctic air, it does return this weekend for some areas.
Yes, it does. So let's take a look at things here.
Yeah, and we're going to start off right now with a look at where there are some alerts. Wind chill warnings and advisories currently in place. And you can see from Idaho all the way over to Michigan and many areas in between with that threat for some dangerously cold air to be in place. Right now, this is a look at the temperatures. We looked at the wind chills. This is what the thermometer is reading right now. Minneapolis, 1 below, 2 degrees warmer in Rapid City at 1. And some of the higher elevations much, much colder than that. And we look at the wind chill right now. And first you see this white. That's not snow. That's the color table we have assigned to different temperatures. And that gets so cold, the wind chill, making it feel like it is 45 degrees below zero in Scotts Bluff. Denver, it feels like it's 15 below right now. Forecast for Friday, looking ahead here and into Saturday, more. $16 degrees cooler than average. And as we look at Minneapolis, temperatures, highs will be into the teens and 20s. And Sunday looks like the coldest day out of the next 5. And New Year's Eve, we know, is a big night for tourism in Las Vegas. Safe bet tonight, though, the cold. Maybe some snow. Meteorologist Mike Seidel is live in Las Vegas right now. Bundled up, Mike, in a place that can be so hot. You have your big gloves on.
Hotel looking up Las Vegas Boulevard, known as the Vegas Strip, and we've got some ambulances going by right now, and we've got some daylight. So we're seeing this overcast we've had all night long. It's not very low, but we did just a few minutes ago spy a few stray snowflakes. We all saw them. They were fleeting. Maybe we'll get a few more because we have some bands of moisture rotating in. But again, the air is so dry between the base of the clouds and down here on the ground. Yesterday, not a bad day if you layered up. Temperatures topped out mid to upper 40s, average highs 56. There was a breeze out there. But the question is, when you're in Vegas and it's this cold, do you dress up or do you dress down? Now, you told me that your girlfriends wouldn't let you wear pants. You all had to get dressed up tonight or last night.
We wear dresses no matter what, and it is cold. We have the snow. There was like the little snow emoji on the Weather Channel, and we were like, we're going for it.
God. Well, luckily, I took the high road, Jen Carfagno, and wore the pants today and not the skirt. Back to you.
Mike, that was hilarious. She's out, her little black dress on an evening there in Vegas, and Mike Seidel all dressed up in his winter gear. For good reason. We've got Winter Storm Frona in the southwest, and we have snow all the way down into the Inland Empire in Southern California. Snow in places like Temecula, and there is picture evidence of snow coating the ground out there this morning. This is what it looks like from a radar perspective, and we do have snow along Interstate 40 around Flagstaff. It's falling. It's going to keep on going through today, and this is where travel problems really might ensue as we get through the afternoon and as the snow continues here. Already this morning, I-15, Southern California, some issues out there at a couple of exits thanks to the snow falling, and also around Vegas. I don't think it will be a travel problem, but certainly a sight to see, snow on the Strip, and it is possible at least this morning before temperatures get up into the low 40s. Overnight tonight, another chilly one, then then tomorrow the sun is back out in Vegas. When we look at how much snow, Flagstaff can pick up 5 to 8 inches of snow. Great for you here at Snowball. You know, Big Bear in California, we picked up 7 to 8 inches already. And as the system moves out of here, it's going to be great for skiing once the roads get cleared up there. And then again, this thing moving into parts of New Mexico, a couple of inches, possibly around Albuquerque. Chris.
And Jen, we know Winter Storm Frona also has us on this developing story this morning. A lot of snow coming down in California. Rescuers in Southern California pulled the last stranded motorists from their cars shortly before dawn. Almost 200 people stuck overnight when snow coated the San Bernardino Mountains. Many of those stuck were heading to Big Bear to ski in the new year.
Oh, we have a little cabin up there. We're just going to spend New Year's up here, so we'll have to try it again tomorrow.
Where are you headed? To my house in Big Bear. Big Bear? Yeah. Okay, you're going to have to sit tight until it opens up. Okay, how long do you think that's going to be? I couldn't tell you that, man.
Major bummer.
Well, we're always up for an adventure. We're together.
Rescuers eventually did bring in those snowcats. They're those things that groom the runs. If you've seen those at ski resorts to help get the stranded drivers out. They took many of them to churches for some warm shelter. And you need those. You need the chains when traveling in the mountains. And look at this. We're not too far away from Southern California and from Los Angeles. This isn't Southern California. You see Mount Baldy there over to Crestline. That was snow coming down overnight. Not too far from San Bernardino itself. We're going to be right back with a look at the next round of snow.
Started my Camry. Went to the auction. Won a storage locker. Found an old guitar. Tracked down the previous owner. Reunited them. Hit the jackpot.
The bold new Camry. One bold choice leads to another. Toyota. Let's go places.
If you're taking multiple medications, does your mouth often feel dry? A dry mouth can be a side effect of many medications, but it can also lead to tooth decay and bad breath. That's why there's Biotene. Available as an oral rinse, toothpaste, spray, or gel, Biotene can provide soothing relief, and it helps keep your mouth healthy too. Remember, while your medication is doing you good, a dry mouth isn't. Biotene, for people who suffer from a dry mouth.
Ring, ring. Progresso. I can't believe I'm eating bacon-enriched creamy cheese before my sister's wedding.
Well, it's only 100 calories, so you'll be ready for that dress.
Uh-huh.
You don't love the dress?
I love my sister.
40 flavors, 100 calories or less.
Saving and smiling. That's how I start the year. With tons of stuff on rollback, clearance, and more at Walmart. And that really puts a smile on my face.
Thousands of items on rollback and clearance, in-store and online.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, overcast with rain showers at times. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 68. Winds light and variable. Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 79. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night. Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Seatbelts, headrests, and airbags help you survive a crash. But if you upgrade your headlights, you may even avoid one. See farther, wider, better. Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
It's the end of the year.
time to reflect on your accomplishments. At Chevrolet, we've had quite a few. In fact, this year we've won more awards than any other car company. And it's not too late to reward yourself at the Chevy year-end event. Hurry, it all ends January 2nd. Choose a Camaro in stock the longest and get cash back for 20% of the MSRP. That's over $8,500 on this Camaro SS. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
I smoked a lot and quit a lot, but ended up nowhere. Now I use this.
The Nicoderm CQ patch with unique extended release technology helps prevent the urge to smoke all day.
I want this time to be my last time. That's why I choose Nicoderm CQ.
Right now, a live look at Los Angeles, looking really nice. However, it's what it feels like and what you might be seeing as you look out over the mountains. That is a big deal this morning.
You know what's actually pretty cool, Chris, is yesterday, literally cool, in California, in Los Angeles, it was only 58 degrees. That was the first time all year that they didn't make it to 60.
But you tell people in Minneapolis and St. Paul right now that it was 58 and it was cool?
Well, by California and Florida standards, it was a cool day yesterday and will be again today. Now, you might be wondering about how that cool air is affecting the flowers for the Rose Parade.
That's right. It's a famous Southern California tradition, the Rose Parade, and that, of course, happens in Pasadena.
Yeah, a lot of people are dealing with the cold temperatures ahead of the parade start on Thursday morning, and officials are urging parade goers to dress warm.
We got ponchos for the rain for the parade.
But that's at the hotel,
That's
too.
at the hotel. Everything's at the hotel.
I brought a pair of pants and like 3 pairs of shorts thinking it was going to be like 75.
People are going to have fun camping out. That's all I can say.
Sunny Southern California is not only cold, it's wet. Not exactly the weather New Jersey native Hank Battelle was expecting.
Instead of winter stuff, we went with summer stuff, and we got all messed up.
Temperatures New Year's Eve in Pasadena will dip into the low 30s. Not cold at all for Mickey McDonald, who's visiting from Canada.
It's like spring weather for us here now.
But it is cold for almost everyone else, and Pasadena emergency responders want people, especially those who are camping out on the parade route, to be prepared.
There are people that camp out every year in temperatures that are lower even than what we're going to experience. So we know that it can be done.
The advice? Stay hydrated. Bring food, but leave pets, ladders, and sofas at home. No throwing candy and no bonfires, but small barbecues will be allowed. And most importantly, dress in layers.
Yeah, bring your sleeping bag. Definitely. That was a mistake we made.
We got some good tips on what to wear from people who have camped out for a parade spot.
Gloves, 2 gloves, lots. Not the knitted gloves, like mittens.
Lots of layers, ski gear, maybe footy pajamas.
And if you just can't bear the cold, you can choose a more comfortable place to watch.
Probably from our apartment.
Yeah, downtown
where it's warm.
I'm going to be at home.
It is actually going to be cold. Temperatures could be around the freezing mark to start.
And a lot of people will be watching from home, but you know there's still going to be a lot of people that go out and will be in this weather.
Now let's look back at history on the Rose Parade weather. We're not expecting rain. It did rain back in 2006. That was the last time it rained on the parade. And before that, you had to go back to 1955 actually to find a rainy parade. It happened 10 times where there's rain on the parade. It was never canceled, although in 1934 they had 6 inches of rain and it still went on.
It's a big deal. It doesn't rain a lot in Southern California, but if it does, this is the time of year you will get rain.
Exactly.
And we're looking right now at the temperatures. The record low.
32. We could do that. Let's look at the forecast. So the record high for the date is 85. We're not going to come close to that, but we have a chance of coming close to the record low. We're expecting 36 at 6 a.m. The parade start is at 8, and 40 is what we're expecting with sunshine.
And then getting back up into the upper 50s eventually.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the Rose Bowl and other games that will be going on as we get into the next 2 days.
And we're looking right now in Glendale, Arizona. This is for our East Coast viewers here. We have the time there in East Coast. But this is, of course, happening in Arizona where there's going to be a chance for some rain.
Yes.
It's going to stay cool. And then in Miami Gardens, Florida, the Capital One Orange Bowl, Mississippi State Bulldogs and Georgia Tech.
It's going to be in the 70s.
Could be a problem.
There's the chance of a fleeting shower maybe for the tailgaters.
And then back to Pasadena. Again, this is East Coast time there. It's going to be sunny during the game and then a little chilly, cooling off even more later.
Hi, Phil Swift here. This is Flex Shot.
The easy way to caulk, bond, and seal virtually everything.
And it's so easy to use. Simply push the trigger to make quick repairs with pinpoint accuracy. FlexShot fills huge cracks and holes, making everything completely waterproof.
FlexShot comes out nice and thick. It fills in large cracks and holes, and when you stop, it stops. And it dries to this, a super tough, stretchy rubber. It expands and contracts.
Water gushes out of this huge hole. But after it's sealed with FlexShot, there's absolutely no leaks. That's amazing. FlexShot is a super strong adhesive. It's ideal for all your repairs.
To show you the strength of FlexShot, I'm going to blast holes in that boat with this cannon. Ready? Look at all this damage! And we're going to repair it using FlexShot. FlexShot sealed every hole. Imagine what you can do with the power of FlexShot.
This incredible formula lasts up to 30 years and is mildew resistant, perfect for kitchens and baths.
Messy caulks dry out. What a waste! But with FlexShot, there's no waste. You can use it over and over again.
You can get FlexShot for just $19.99. Plus, we'll include this extension tube. But wait, we're going to double your order. That's 2 cans of FlexShot. Plus, I'll throw in a free handy can of Flex Seal, the easy way to stop leaks fast. You get it all for just $19.99. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-738-4541. That's 1-800-738-4541. Or go to FlexShotTVOffer.com. This offer is not available in stores, so call or click now.
Fire in the hole.
Sunday.
I think we got company.
Oh, wow.
Not the good kind either.
Amanda confronts a claim jumper.
He's waiting for us to leave so he can dig our hole through the night. If he comes up, it's on.
How do you become the best at what you do? You focus. You work hard. You believe in reaching your dreams. That's how America's always done it. And that's how AAG has become America's leading reverse mortgage lender. It's all we do. And we're working to help the next generation of retirees enjoy the life they've worked so hard for. Find out how a reverse mortgage with AAG can fund your retirement.
Call 1-800-972-9927 now for your free information kit, including a complete reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a helpful family guide for your children and loved ones. Call 1-800-972-9927.
You've worked hard. You've made plans. Now it's time to talk to the people who will work hard for you to help make those plans come true.
Call 1-800-972-9927 now for your free no-obligation guide.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
Call 1-800-972-9927.
And even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries. Nobody was flying the plane. Why planes crash. Mondays at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8, brought to you by Blizzak. When it comes to winter driving, temperature matters. Conquer the cold with Bridgestone Blizzak winter tires.
Don't let the cold conquer you. Conquer the cold with the new Blizzak WS80. Winter driving conditions call for the new Bridgestone Blizzak WS80 tires. They're engineered to conquer the cold with optimal performance and handling. Visit conquerthecold.com for details.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees with light rain. Today, overcast with rain showers at times. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 68. Winds light and variable. Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 79. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Snowy and slushy. The snow blowing into Colorado, making for some tough drives. The video here taken along Interstate 70 yesterday. People were driving about 20 miles an hour and still in some cases struggling with some of the slick and slushy conditions.
And temperatures were part of it. Overnight, Denver plummeted to -15, smashing the record low of 11 below zero set on December 30th, 1898. The coldest December temperature on record is 25 below, set in 1990 and 1876.
And Jen, look at the video. You can look at the video and know the roads have been treated.
Yes.
It's brown.
Yes.
The snow is brown. So you know they've laid down some sand and the traction is going to be a little bit better. It's one thing that's really important when doing your winter driving is to be able to take some visual cues while you're driving so you can anticipate the weather. You still know there's a lot of snow and slush in there, so you have to take it slow, but fortunately you do know that those roads have been treated.
Right, and so, you know, we're dealing with snow out there. There's going to be more of that road crews out, not just in places like Colorado where you might expect it, but in Texas, we could see a little bit of a wintry everything there.
Especially,
snow, freezing rain.
Yep, the overpasses and the bridges. Particular need to pay attention with those.
So let's track this system.
Let's do that. Let's take a look right now. Winter storm Frona impacting parts of the Southwest right now. And as we take a look at what this is doing, where it's going, what's going on right now, we can see that there is some snow in Southern California. Las Vegas right here, it looks like there's snow coming down, and meteorologist Mike Seidel did tell us he's seen a few flakes. The deal is it's so dry, a lot of that moisture is evaporating before it reaches the ground. So there's snow coming down, it just doesn't make it all the way to the surface. This is the instigator right there, that spin in the atmosphere, showing us where that low is. And into the weekend, we're going to watch this low move across the country, and it's going to be this intersection, the cool air coming down with the northern branch of the jet stream, and then to the south we have some of this moisture coming in, and that's where the low is located, and it's in this area. We're watching for some wintry weather. Again, all of this, the ingredients, the cold air and the moist flow. It's a little bit warmer here, but we will see that potential, and the warmer air aloft coming down into the cold air. You could see some freezing rain. We're looking at that. It's just a matter of exactly where that sets up. It's always a bit tricky to figure out exactly, but you get in the cold air, that's where it's going to be a straight snow situation. By Saturday night, there'll be pockets of freezing rain in Pennsylvania and New York. And then on Sunday, parts of New England will see a mix. So the next few days, stay tuned. It looks messy at times. Jen?
The longest-lived winter storm ever, Chris. And Winter Storm Frona is closing out the year with a frigid blast for much of the country. But would you believe that 2014 has been one of the warmest years on record? NBC's Ann Thompson explains.
For many Americans, 2014 will be remembered as the year of digging out.
I'm done with winter, officially.
Beginning and ending under a pile of white.
I'm ready to move.
But for the planet as a whole, 2014 is set to be the warmest year on record, continuing a century-long trend from cooler than average temperatures in 1913 to a predominance of above average temperatures in 2013. This year's record fueled by the warming oceans with 7 consecutive months of new high temperatures. While yearly changes may play a role, NOAA says the prime suspect is climate change.
Greenhouse gases warm the atmosphere. That atmospheric temperature increase then penetrates into the ocean as well.
On land, Australia sweltered through its hottest spring on record, with temperatures topping 100 degrees. Researchers say this was Europe's hottest year in 500 years. Even Siberia felt the heat. The coldest town in the world, Oymyakon, averaged a record 9.5 degrees in February. Usually, it's 51 below. All in stark contrast to much of the U.S.
This year, the West was very warm. The central and eastern parts were average to below average.
In fact, January to November were the coldest in the lower 48 since 1997, despite record warmth in Arizona and California, making it a small cold spot in a record warm year. Ann Thompson, NBC News, New York.
And Jen, you know, some people right now may have a boarding pass that says FLL or MIA on it.
You are so lucky. This is our warm spot, Florida, 81 degrees today. It's only going to be 5 in Riverton, Wyoming.
But, you know, you kind of expect it.
Yeah, you do expect
It's
it.
still
Yes,
cold. I mean,
know,
it's still
but it's
cold.
it's still so different. And, you know, Florida, you're sort of, I think, enjoying your bragging rights here, where temperatures are going to be nearly 100 degrees, actually, this morning, difference between Florida and spots in Wyoming.
Yeah, it's a huge contrast right now across the country. Teens today in many spots to the north.
We'll be right back with more right here. Stay with us on Weather Center Live.
Nourished, rescued, protected, given new hope. During the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru owners feel it too. Because when you take home a new Subaru, we donate $250 to helping those in need. We'll have given $50 million over 7 years. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
When heartburn comes creeping up on you, fight back with relief so smooth, it's fast. Tums Smoothie starts dissolving the instant it touches your tongue and neutralizes stomach acid at the source. Smoothies, only from Tums.
Do you have a box of cleaners under your kitchen sink that you spent hundreds of dollars on and left you disappointed? Hi, Chef Tony here. Now, I love to cook, but it can get messy. So how do I keep my things looking new? This is My Cleaning Secret by Simonize. Now you can clean even the messiest of messes in just seconds with no scratching. Look at that. Simonize is a trusted name known for over 100 years. This one tub will clean almost everything in your entire home. Brass, copper, porcelain, stainless steel, glass tops. How about things like golf clubs, the rims of your tires, a rusty barbecue? Just dampen, dab, and wipe it away. Even the rust with no bleach. And here's my favorite part. Make something old look brand new. Look at that. This is the first oven cleaner you're going to use. No stinky foams, no rubber gloves. Whether it's burnt on, dried on, baked on, or caked on, My Cleaning Secret makes it look like new. Remove stains, tarnish, rust, or lime without having to waste the time. Call or go online right now, and I'll send you a tub of My Cleaning Secret by Simonize today for only $9.95. And I'll include this dual-sided microfiber cleaning pad free. It's soft on one side with a scrubber on the other. But that's not all. Order now and I'll supersize it at no additional charge. And I'm still not done. Order right now and I'll double the offer. Just pay separate processing and handling. That's 2 supersized tubs of My Cleaning Secret and 2 dual-sided cleaning pads, a huge value for just $9.95.
To order My Cleaning Secret for $9.95 plus processing and handling, call 1-800-682-8718. That's 1-800-682-8718. Or order online at mycleaningsecret.com. Call or log on now.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees with light rain. Today, overcast with rain showers at times. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower, low 68. Winds light and variable. Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine, high 79. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
It's running us out of town. We're leaving, going back to Cincinnati.
Seriously, we are.
When it's single digits, it doesn't do too much for you.
It's cold, it's windy, and he's trying to get covered.
We're leaving tomorrow. We're going to beat that storm.
That's something when you're leaving Vegas to go back to Cincinnati for better weather in December.
Las Vegas isn't necessarily known for like the outdoor mecca, at least not right on the strip necessarily.
Very true. Welcome back, everyone, to Weather Center Live. I'm Jen Carfagno.
And I'm Chris Warren. That Arctic freezer, that door is like wide open from Canada coming in.
Did your mom tell you to close the door when you come in the house?
Right.
We've got cold temperatures, record cold temperatures, and the wind is making it feel just brutal out there across the northern and central plains.
Yeah, and we can take a look at that right now as, you know, get a little bit of a break. But right now, we're seeing those wind chills way below zero. Minot, not as bad. 4 below, 19 below in the Twin Cities. And you see that purple and the blue colors in the west as well. And in the west, that's where we find meteorologist Mike Seidel. And Mike, we know that when it comes to gambling there, red and black and very popular, the roulette wheel, but white could be the color of the day today.
Well, it could be. We've seen a few flakes coming through the sky and down to the ground. The problem here, as we've been talking all morning in Tom Nizzle, it's so dry out here. Obviously, it's the desert. Hey, we see some more flakes right now. Now we're actually seeing enough. Maybe you're seeing them go by me on camera. It's been so dry, the snow's been evaporating on the way down, but finally we're seeing enough condensation and enough moisture in the layer to get these flakes down to the ground. So you're finally seeing the first flakes here on the strip in about 4 years. And this is what a lot of folks were hoping for.
To snow. I want it to snow, yeah, really snow.
Snow is rare in Vegas, but it does happen. Only 4 times in the last 35 years have they picked up an inch or more. And the last time was just over 6 years ago. As for the temperature, it's cold by Vegas standards. Wednesday's high will struggle to 40, about 15 degrees below average. Be it the threat of some snow or the unseasonable chill on the strip, people have wide-ranging opinions on this New Year's Eve weather.
So we all brought jackets and sweatshirts, and it's just a good time. It's always fun here. It's warm in the casinos.
It's warm out here to me.
Colder than we thought. Didn't anticipate it being this cold in Vegas.
We came here for warm weather, but it is getting cold.
We're from Alamosa, Colorado. It was negative 12 when we woke up the other morning, so this is a heat wave.
34 right now, wind chill's 23. At midnight tonight, temperature's about 34, and that wind chill will be in the 20s. So Jen and Chris, it is going to be a nippy New Year's Eve here on the Strip.
Mike Seidel, thank you very much. We're seeing the snowflakes occasionally in front of the blue jacket with the palm trees in the background. And here it is, regardless of whether or not you see snow or not, it is going to be cold. Temperatures dropping down into the 30s in many spots. So let's take a look at the Arctic air and what we're expecting to happen as far as who's going to have the cold, who's going to get a break, and who's going to see that Arctic air return. And right now, temperature readings are in the teens in many spots and 20s. And we're looking at parts of New Mexico, Texas, and Oklahoma. The cold air has made it pretty far to the south. The wind chill, what it feels like right now in Albuquerque, 2 below zero. 22 is what it feels like when you factor in the wind in Dallas. And you see the wind chill warnings that are currently in effect. Also, there are some wind chill advisories, some of the northern locations. And this is what's happening. You have this cold area of high pressure. That sinking air is denser, and it is going to help bring some of that very cold air, 15 to 25 degrees below average, below what you would expect this time of year, to parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and you go all the way up into the plains and the northern plains. It stays cold. A little bit of green comes back into the picture, slightly milder air by tomorrow. Still way below average. That's the number you're looking at here on the right. 16 below average in San Angelo, Texas, with a high of 41 on Friday. Here's a look at Oklahoma City. Next couple of days, 20s. There's your break right there. And then dropping back down to 29. So that's why we're saying Arctic air returns, because it's going to be a little bit milder. Of course, it's the end of December. Jen, when we say a little bit milder, it's definitely a relative term.
That's for sure, Chris. Thank you. Now, rough weather continues to hamper efforts to recover the wreckage and victims of AirAsia Flight 8501 that crashed into the Java Sea this weekend. And much attention has been paid to the winds that the flight may have encountered. Our Carl Parker is in the lab with an in-depth look at that this morning. Carl.
Jen, people might wonder how it is that the hurricane hunters can fly into a storm with 100, 150, maybe even close to 200 mile-per-hour winds and not have a problem. But we do have problems with thunderstorms, which are much smaller features, relatively speaking. And let's take a look at how that might occur. So when you've got a hurricane, basically you've got this stratiform area of wind, a very flat area of wind. They're horizontal winds for the most part, and it's generally a steady state phenomenon. There's not a lot of change to the wind as they're going into the storm until you get to the eye wall, so they really can plan very effectively. Now, if you get into the stronger storms, then you've got updrafts and downdrafts, and it certainly does get bumpy in the eye wall, but you can see a lot more of this kind of thing with the sort of thunderstorms that we get that pop up individually. Very strong up and down motion is what makes it really unsafe to fly. And one thing to tell you about very quickly, and we'll talk more about this next hour, during Hurricane Hugo, the hurricane hunters flew into the eye wall of the storm and were actually damaged by the eye wall by those strong updrafts and downdrafts, and they almost didn't make it out of that storm. Jen, over to you.
Thank you for that. Now, much of the recovery effort will take place underwater. And now that search crews have detected something on sonar, that process has begun. Oceanographer and explorer Fabien Cousteau is one of the world's most experienced divers. He joins us now live. Fabien, thank you for being here. You know, bad weather above the surface has halted the search already today. How do conditions above the water affect the conditions for divers that would be down on the sea floor?
Well, Jen, actually those things are very much connected. If there's bad weather at the surface, visibility down below gets to be questionable between the turbulence that it creates and, of course, the particulate matter in the water cuts down on visibility, as well as the lack of light. And depending on how deep this wreckage is, it'll be much more difficult to find.
Now, let's talk about visibility first. You mentioned that. You know, how deep is the Java Sea? What is visibility like? And is it favorable for an operation like this?
Well, from what I understand, they're looking in an area that typically is around 65 to 100 feet, so you can go down on scuba. Of course, those are fairly deep depths for open circuit. The main thing is that if you're doing it from a boat or even deploying equipment from a boat, you need to have calm seas or you risk damaging the boat or injuring people.
What kind of equipment would you use to actually do this recovery operation?
Well, in many cases, in those kinds of depths, scuba or rebreathers are a good way to go down there. Obviously, you have to take into effect safety factors because this is a very, very difficult operation, even under ideal circumstances. And in some cases, you can deploy ROVs, remotely operated vehicles, or AUVs to go and search for the wreckage and, of course, other pieces of debris.
Fabien Cousteau, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we're hoping the weather will hold, that they can get some of these recovery operations underway this weekend and in the coming days. Coming up next, we'll go out to Jim Cantore, who's in Washington, D.C. on the ice.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, overcast with rain showers at times. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 68. Winds light and variable. Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 79. Here's our 7-day outlook.
If a denture were to be put under a microscope, we can see all the bacteria that still exists. Polident's unique microclean formula works in just 3 minutes, killing 99.99% of odor-causing bacteria. for a cleaner, fresher, brighter denture every day.
Behind the fridge, quietly rotting into black goo, is the banana you thought he wolfed down last week. Pine Sol. Cleaning what stinks since 1929.
Started my Camry. Picked up someone I hadn't seen in far too long. Went somewhere we'd both never been. Did something we'd both never done. And was reminded that the most important things in life aren't things, they're people.
The bold new Camry. One bold choice leads to another. Toyota, let's go places.
She inspires you. No question about that. But your erectile dysfunction? That could be a question of blood flow. Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
Are you tired of slicing and dicing by hand and bulky slicers that clutter your countertop? Stop! Introducing 1 Second Slicer, the amazing food preparation station that slices, dices, chops, minces, and juliennes, and then serves, seals, stacks, and stores, all in one compact container the size of a loaf of bread. Why single slice a potato when you can slice the whole potato in 1 second? Slice family-sized fries lightning fast, or a pile of shoestring potatoes in a flash. Slice carrots with incredible speed in any shape or size you need. Stop crying over onions because the 1 Second Slicer chops whole onions in the container without the tears. Slice tomatoes with the speed of a professional chef, or make a full-size fruit salad in less than 60 seconds. The stainless steel blades are laser-honed and razor-sharp to slice deli meat with ease, and cutting cheese cubes is a breeze. Don't slow slice a salad when you can make an entire salad start to finish in just seconds. Or pack them up for parties with family and friends. To clean, simply push a button to release food remnants and then rinse. That's it. And then store it all together inside the container. The 1 Second Slicer, complete with the hinge cutting lid and storage container, stainless steel blade insert, and fresh keeping lid, is yours for just $19.95. Call now and get the amazing V-Slicer to speed slice sausage in the container, veggies on the cutting board, cheese on top of a salad, or a mountain of coleslaw in seconds. The V-Slicer set is a $20 value, but it's yours absolutely free. But wait, order now and we'll double the offer and send a second complete set. Just pay separate processing and handling. You get 2 1 Second Slicer sets, an incredible $80 value, all for just $19.95. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-570-8565. That's 1-800-570-8565, or go to 1secondslicer.com. Order now.
Yeah.
Ooh, live look right now, Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. Pitchers and catchers report to spring training in about 50 days, but today and tomorrow you might guess something else is going on here at the ballpark. Home of the National Hockey League is what to be the story today and tomorrow, and the 2015 Bridgestone Winter Classic.
Jim Cantore is the lead forecaster for the event. He joins us there live right now. All right, Jim, you're squinting a little bit, so sun glare.
Good.
Sun
Nice.
glare
Yeah, that's
could be
exactly
an issue.
right. No rain, no snow, but yeah, the sun is definitely bright. Bring that shot back up for a second, that overhead shot, because that's good. And you see the sun on the ice, you think, well, that's not really a big deal. I mean, I don't see much happening there with the sun. But now look at it from our angle. down on the ice. This is the stuff we shot earlier on, and you can see exactly what the problem is. We've all been there. We've been driving along a fall or a spring day, and all of a sudden the sun's right in your face, and you can put the visor down. It doesn't matter. You can't see in front of you. So imagine a couple of hockey players coming at each other about 35 miles an hour. That's not pretty. If you're a goalie trying to stop a puck at 75 miles an hour, that's not going to happen. So what we think, certainly as we look at the forecast of more sunshine tomorrow and a very similar weather pattern, is that this very well may be moved from 1 to 3 o'clock. That's not my call. It's the NHL's, and they will make that call a little bit later on. So let's see if there's a chance that we could get some cloud cover in here to block the sun a little bit. So here's, we show you these RPM models all the time for precipitation, for snow, for thunderstorms. They can also forecast clouds. So here's this model to take a look at the clouds forecast for tomorrow afternoon. And so there's a lot of large-scale ascent or rising air motion in Texas and Oklahoma. That's the storm in the southwest that Mike and Crystal have been talking about. And that is going to get caught up in the jet stream, some of that high cloud, and move this way. Now, will it be thick enough to be over the top of us? The model says no. You can see it all back in West Virginia, a little thicker. But if I'm basing my start time now on that model, I'm saying we got to go with 3. But that's just me. And that model may change. It's just guidance. It's not gospel. All right, let's talk about how this baseball stadium turns into an outdoor hockey rink. And the folks at Bridgestone, the NHL, said we're going to make it happen this year in Washington, D.C. And so the Nationals Park was turned into a hockey rink in about 30 days. Not bad. You got a lot of refrigeration, obviously, sitting right over second base. So they're not going to really kill the grass too bad because, remember, baseball season starts up in early April, and it's not like in March you can get out there with a fresh layer of sod and have it all green and attached. So they're going to have a little repair work to do, certainly, with this field after this game goes by. So the forecast looks like this. 42 degrees and sunshine. That's if we start at 1. If we go at 3, there may be some filtered sun, and the temperature may be 40 degrees, which, by the way, is the same start time temperature of the Rose Bowl parade in Southern California tomorrow morning. Imagine that. There's another event going on here tomorrow. Of course, it's called New Year's Eve. People will be out enjoying the beautiful sights in Washington, D.C., and an awesome fireworks display. No question about that. Let's check out the forecast for D.C. At midnight. So we'll be right around 31 degrees. So not too bad, in all honesty, when you think about it. We could have a howling wind, but we'd be right under the high-pressure system, so there won't be much wind at all. So if you bundle up for about freezing, you should be just fine. And let's take you from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. And you can see here, guys, we're really not going to see a lot of change in temperature. We're going to go from about 33 degrees to about 30. So really unnoticeable change, especially if there's any kind of adult beverages involved. Chris and Jen, back to you.
Which you won't partake in, Cantor. We know you too well.
No, I got to work the next day. I got to work the next day.
So, the mood is sort of set there with that snow in the background. What's that made out of?
Yeah, well, you don't want to get any of this in your beard or in your eyes. You could probably insulate your attic with it, I think. They were out here this morning stapling it. Guys, if you remember last year, we were at Ann Arbor at the Big House. It was snowing like crazy. It was incredible amounts of snow. So we didn't need this on the ground, even though it was there anyway. But we had about 4 inches of snow. Last year was just awesome. When you've got it snowing down, it came down to a shootout at the end of the match. Just absolutely fantastic. So it's going to be a good game this year, regardless of the sun. I promise you that. Temperature's right around 40. Back to you.
Thank you, Tori. Thank you.
Jim, thank you very much. All about the atmosphere.
Yes.
Outdoor hockey. Pretty cool stuff.
Very cool. You'll be there tomorrow, too.
Yep.
This program brought to you by Blizzak. When it comes to winter driving, temperature matters. Conquer the cold with Bridgestone Blizzak winter tires.
Don't let the cold conquer you. Conquer the cold with the new Blizzak WS80. Winter driving conditions call for the new Bridgestone Blizzak WS80 tires. They're engineered to conquer the cold with optimal performance and handling. Visit conquerthecold.com for details.
I've smoked a lot and quit a lot, but ended up nowhere. Now I use this.
The Nicoderm CQ patch with unique extended release technology helps prevent the urge to smoke all day.
I want this time to be my last time. That's why I choose Nicoderm CQ.
We're taking outdoor living to the extreme.
the ultimate sportsman's lodge. Take these amazing mountain views, add in some wild neighbors, and you have every outdoorsman's dream.
Look at this view.
It's high-tech, handcrafted, and full of surprises and celebrity outdoor enthusiasts. Tom Brokaw, Huey Lewis, and Jim Belushi. Come inside the ultimate sportsman's lodge. New series, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on Great American Country.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, overcast with rain showers at times. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 68. Winds light and variable. Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 79. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
That leaky roof will cost you thousands in repairs, and gushing gutters can destroy your home's foundation. Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Seal, the brand everyone trusts to coat, seal, and stop leaks fast. Just a quick shot, and Flex Seal fills cracks and holes, stopping the toughest leaks while remaining completely flexible. It's actually liquid rubber in a can. To show you the amazing sealing power of Flex Seal, we replaced the bottom of this boat with the screen door and covered it in Flex Seal. After a day on the water, not only does it stay afloat, but the inside is completely dry. And for places that are light, you're gonna love Flex Seal Bright. Ideal on lighter surfaces. Perfect for quickly repairing decorative items. This light coating holds back water. A lot of water. It's like the Hoover Dam in a can. Use Flex Seal Clear to coat and protect. Now everything in plain sight can be sealed watertight. We replaced the bottom of this boat with plexiglass, drilled over 100 holes, and covered them in Flex Seal Clear. Not only does it stay afloat, but Flex Seal Clear keeps all the water out of the boat. Hello, fishy. Roofs and gutters, kitchens and bathrooms, pools, patios, and so much more. Don't call a repairman to fix leaks. You can get Flex Seal right now for just $19.99. And check this out. Flex Seal is available in all these incredible new colors. But wait, we're going to double your order and send you 2 cans of Flex Seal in your choice of clear, original, or bright for just $19.99. You're going to love Flex Seal. Here's how to order.
To order Flex Seal, call 1-800-581-9778 or go to GetFlexSeal.
Season, get the gift you really want during Lincoln's Wishlist event at Al Packer Lincoln, like a 2015 Lincoln MKZ, just $299 a month, or a 2014 Lincoln MKS, just $369 a month. Every new Lincoln comes with complimentary maintenance, Lincoln loaner cars, and so much more. Get luxury for less during the Wishlist event at Al Packer Lincoln on Military Trail. And remember,
before you buy, Price Packer.
And shipping is always free.
Visit DealDash.com and start bidding today. The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash. Mondays at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
A lot going on weather-wise on this New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So in Texas, it's some rain and some freezing rain that we're dealing with starting early tomorrow. Then it's mainly all rain and potentially even thunderstorms getting into the weekend. We're tracking right through the southeast. Nashville rain, Atlanta rain, Charlotte rain, and there could be thunderstorms down around New Orleans.
If you're watching us in the South, you're going to say it's wet this weekend.
Yes, for sure. All right, Dallas, you actually have a very interesting weather situation because on the Fort Worth side of town, you're under a winter weather advisory. And on the Dallas side of town, nothing.
That's how it rolls.
That's how it rolls in Dallas. All right, very cloudy right now. It's cool, and you've got the chance of some freezing rain, actually, especially on the west side of town.
And we're going to talk about that right now. Snow, freezing rain, a mix. Winter storm Frona trekking across the country. It's been hanging out for a while in the west, bringing snow to parts of Southern California, Jen.
Yes, we've seen the pictures. Temecula, snow, your back patio, the same kind of pictures we get from Minnesota. Back patio snow, you have it too this morning.
And we saw with Mike Seidel a couple snowflakes coming down in Las Vegas right now.
A couple. No, you're not going to measure them for sure. But we do have some snow out there with our winter storm at Frona, and you can see this big upper low spinning around.
And with that, the threat for more disruptive, potentially winter weather, it happened in Southern California. People heading up into the mountains getting stuck. Had to find shelter and be rescued because of that snow that fell there in parts of Southern California.
They did take time for a snowball fight, though, too.
Right.
I mean, you get snow in Southern California down to 1,000 feet, you're going to do that.
And this is that low. A little bit of moisture coming in here. That's where the moisture source is going to be. Not a lot of it right now in Vegas. We're not seeing a ton of snow there. But still, that threat today is going to be lingering throughout parts of the Southwest.
It's a very cold system. So we've got snow pretty far south, maybe even down to Kingman, Arizona. You might see some snow there. Albuquerque could get some accumulating snow, 1 to 3 inches. And certainly in the mountains of New Mexico and Colorado, we will get several inches of snowfall.
And this is what it looks like in the purple, the 5 to 8 inch category, looking at a fair amount of snow coming down. And then we're going to watch this threat move to the east. Flagstaff, it's snow and cold.
Look at these temperatures, 11 overnight tonight in Flagstaff. So we've got cold air in place, and that's going to help keep the snow around, too. Great news for anyone going to Snow Bowl tomorrow, this weekend. It looks fantastic for you for skiing.
Bundle up.
Bundle up. That is the key, right? All right. So one problem, though, with this cold air and Frona is that in Austin, you are not going to get to see this tonight. Austin, Texas had to pull the plug on its New Year's party. Freezing rain and icy conditions could develop, and they're worried about people out on the roads.
And Austin city managers say safety comes first. And the manager says he doesn't want people driving home on the icy roads, so the celebration will be rescheduled.
It's all about timing, and, you know, you don't want that freezing rain to come in when people are out there leaving.
Be very dangerous.
Exactly. You know, a lot of folks here tonight in the Northeast will have clear skies. It'll be chilly, but I think appropriately chilly for a, last day of December evening. 28 at midnight in New York City, Times Square, 32 in D.C.
So it's going to be a cold start today for the Bridgestone NHL Winter Classic, where Storm Tracker Jim Cantore is right now. Yeah, for now, until that sun comes up. But then it's going to be cold also in the South, where areas you don't necessarily expect it this time of year if you're not from the South.
Except at midnight when you leave your party in Miami and South Beach, it's going to be 72 degrees as you head home there after you celebrate at midnight. So we are watching a lot of cool spots, especially in the upper Midwest and parts of the Northern Rockies. But these temperatures, Chris, are actually warmer than this morning. So there's actually a warming trend.
A little bit of a moderation if you call 10 a warming
all
trend.
Relative. It's better than below zero. Indianapolis will be 20, 25 in Louisville. St. Louis will be 27. And in the West, of course, well below average numbers.
And then there's the weekend. If you have outdoor plans, hang around. We're going to take you through the first days and the first weekend of 2015.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, overcast with rain showers at times. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 68. Winds light and variable. Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 79. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It's the Arctic cold wrapping up 2014. Wind chill advisories posted in dozens of states. This morning, how low the temps will go. We're going to time it out for you.
And nearly 200 motorists stranded for hours after heavy snow shut down highways in the San Bernardino Mountains. All thanks to Winter Storm Frona. We're breaking down the conditions.
And now just hours away from ringing in 2015. Your New Year's forecast from coast to coast next on Weather Center Live. Thank you very much for joining us today on this New Year's Eve. I'm Chris Warren.
And I'm Jen Carfagno. We can say happy 2015 to Beijing right now. They are celebrating the new year. And we have more than 13 million people in this country feeling the worst of the cold air, all thanks to those dangerously low wind chills.
And this is how cold it feels like outside right now. All that purple, that's some of the coldest air that we're dealing with right now in Omaha, Nebraska. Feels like it's 10 below zero right now.
Look at Amarillo, Texas. 6 below zero is what it feels like there.
Whew, getting out, driving through the Panhandle to get that gas, it's going to be a big wake-up call for you.
Oh, for sure. And we've got this cold air in place for you today, and then we will moderate a little bit. And then we got another round coming in again this weekend.
Let's take a look right now at that, exactly what we're going to be dealing with in the coming days. That Arctic air, it's going to go away for a little while, and then return. This is a look at some of the latest wind chill alerts right now throughout the plains. This does include parts of Kansas, Colorado, Wyoming, and a huge chunk of Nebraska. And here it is. Temperatures right now, all of that purple, that's some of the coldest air we're dealing with right now. And in some cases, some of the higher elevations, some of the valleys, some of the coldest spots. It's Scotts Bluff here. It feels like it is 37 below zero. That is the wind chill right now. So we're looking at the Arctic air returning. This is Friday, and these are the daytime highs. And then Saturday, here comes that purple. Purple is the cold. Okay, so here's the purple here on Saturday, and watch it come down even more on Sunday. So your highs in Bismarck staying below zero and well below average. Moderates a little bit to the south, but still hanging around for parts of the Dakotas into Minnesota, Wisconsin, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Also going to be dealing with that. Minneapolis, high today in the teens. Here's your little bit of a break in the 20s here and here, but then boop, dropping way down, 1 below in Minneapolis by Sunday. Cold air returning. Now the question as we return to the Las Vegas Strip right now, where meteorologist Mike Seidel is located. Mike, earlier we saw you and you had a few snowflakes flying in front of you. Any changes? Looks like the wind's picking up a little bit too.
Yeah, it's a gusty, cold wind here on the Strip. You know, we keep looking at dark objects to see those flakes. That's how little we're getting. These snow showers. In fact, the airport at their latest stop just a few minutes ago reporting snow showers in the distance, but no snow at McCarran International. I don't know if it's actually flaked there because we haven't had a trace of snow or flakes measured there, seen there, since January of 2011, early January, 2011, January 3rd, I believe. So it's been just about 4 years. Yesterday, just like today, it's going to be a very nippy day up and down Las Vegas Boulevard, New Year's Eve in Vegas, 300,000 in town, and they'll be layered up at least during the daytime. Things get a little skimpier as we head towards the nighttime hours. As we found out earlier, you got to figure out, what do you wear when it's cold outside? Oh yeah, let's wear that cocktail dress.
Now, you told me that your girlfriends wouldn't let you wear pants. You all had to get dressed up tonight or last night.
We wear dresses no matter what, and it is cold. We have the snow. There was like the little snow emoji on the Weather Channel, and we were like, we're going for it.
Oh, you got to go for it here in Vegas. Remember, it's Vegas. Now it's going to stay cold. Midnight tonight, about 34 like it is now, and another couple of chilly days by the weekend. By Sunday, we'll be back up 2 or above average at 56. Jen Carfagno, when you wear your dresses in the studio, you're cold. I can't even imagine you out here wearing a cocktail skirt.
I know, inside, right, with 65 degrees or ever chilly, we keep it in here. I cannot imagine, actually. But it's Vegas, right? I agree with her. You just got to embrace it all and have fun. You're going to have fun in the chill, because that's a big part of your story in Vegas. You're not likely to get much accumulating snowfall, but a few flakes certainly could fly. And what we're going to do is put our forecast for Winter Storm Frona into motion. So we've had the snow overnight in San Bernardino. You saw those pictures of those folks who had to be rescued. They got stuck on the road because of the snowfall there. That's out of here. But then throughout the day, today, and then overnight and into tomorrow, it moves into southern Colorado, into New Mexico, and then eventually into Texas is where we'll be tracking it. So let's look at some of the snow forecasts that we are tracking. We are expecting the snow for you in places once you get up in elevation, like in Flagstaff, the Grand Canyon. But Vegas, for us, it's just a few flakes, maybe a few rain showers as well. Temperatures will get up into the low 40s. There is going to be a wind chill factor out there today, so you knock about at least 10 degrees off of this throughout the day today and into the evening as to what it will feel like. Tomorrow will be a nice, brighter and warmer day with temperatures in the mid to upper 40s and sunshine. Chris.
Jen, another developing story we're following because of Winter Storm